Good morning. My name is Stephen Toops, and I am the president of Cleargistix. Thank you very much for joining me this morning for our webinar regarding our extra hand sales referral program. A couple of housekeeping announcements. First of all, everybody is on mute. If you do have any questions, you can type them out. And I will get to as many as possible at the end of the webinar, or if not, I will respond via email and try to answer your questions. So let's get started. So our agenda, going to go into a little bit on why we're here. Give you a little introduction to Cleargistix, talk about some ideal situations, sales situations for us, answer the question, the big question of what do I do if I have a referral, provide you some resources, and hopefully at the end, answer some questions. So why we're here, as the oil industry and certainly the economy at large is going through some very strange and interesting times caused by COVID-19, we saw a lot of our oil field brothers and sisters laid off, furloughed, out of work. We also saw a great number of them working from home. And so as we tried to figure out what we can do, you know, we're a startup, and you know, we have limited resources, but everybody's got to do something. And what we came up with was our extra hand sales referral program. So to hopefully allow those who have been laid off or furloughed to monetize their network by providing some referrals. And so the program works very simply. So you go on to the Cleargistix website. There is a box in the upper right-hand corner that says extra hand, make a referral. You click on that. All you do is fill out a very simple online referral form. And then we go through a process here where we check the referral, accept it. You'll get an email from us back one way or the other. After that, if we close the deal, you get paid a commission based upon Cleargistix getting paid. So pretty simple program. So let's go into a little bit of an introduction into Cleargistix. So first of all, Cleargistix attacks the #1 enemy of efficiency out in the field, and that is paper and or spreadsheets that are used to gather information. And whether that information being gathered is revenue information from service tickets, safety information from JSAs, expense reports, inspection reports, any kind of paper that is filled out in the field, Cleargistix can gather the information digitally and then manage that information. So Cleargistix was designed for companies where payroll and invoicing is constantly a fire drill, where even the simplest of tasks requires a barrage of phone calls, emails, text messages, where employees are documenting the same transaction over and over and over again, where employees are constantly losing after chasing pieces of paper, spreadsheets, you know, those constant phone calls on either invoicing day or payroll day. Hey, we don't have your tickets. Can you get us your tickets? Where are your tickets? Finding the tickets, who's got the tickets? For companies that, again, as a result of all these things, just feel that their payroll and revenue processes are a little bit out of control. And very importantly, companies that realize that they need to replace paper tickets, but don't think that their field personnel will embrace digital solutions. This is a major, major, major point for us, the field usability of our system. And the answer to the question is yes, your field people will utilize Cleargistix. So a little bit of history on Cleargistix. We're actually headquartered in Mandeville, Louisiana, which is in the kind of southeastern part of Louisiana. We're actually started in 2011 as a solution for vessels in the Gulf of Mexico. We kind of relaunched the company in 2015 when I joined the company, late 2015. And very importantly, I spent 4.5 years as the chief financial officer for an oilfield services company in Midland, Texas. So a lot of the design is built around knowing how oilfield business processes work from both a billing perspective, payroll perspective, expense report perspective, et cetera. So there's a lot of been there, done that, boots on the ground knowledge that's baked into our solution. So we say paper is the problem and Cleargistix is the solution. So our digital field ticketing solution eliminates all of those paper problems. 4 words we use to describe our solution: light, fast, quick, and easy. This is not big, complicated software to use. We go through a lot to make sure it is very, very easy to use in the field. It is a very flexible, very configurable solution. And a lot of the design has been done based around the usability of the solution in the field. So we spend a lot of time and a lot of effort making sure that the solution is very, very, very field usable. We've got a lot of great comments from users back, some of which have said, hey, where's this been all my life? As a result of getting rid of the paper and adopting a digital solution. So kind of how does our solution fit in the overall process? Well, the existing process, if you're using paper, is a very long, very complicated process. From when the ticket is originally filled out into the field, then that ticket needs to be brought back into the office and often priced out in the office. Those tickets need to be collected for all the tickets in the job. Then someone needs to take those collection of tickets out back to the field, to the company man to get them approved. Then those tickets need to be brought back into the office and keyed into a bunch of different systems: the ERP system or accounting system for billing, the payroll system for payroll. Lots of spreadsheets are created during this entire process. And then even after those items are keyed into their ERP system, then they need to be uploaded into Open Invoice, Ariba, or one of the online electronic invoicing platforms that the operators use. So during this entire process, lots of time, lots of waste, lots of paper, lots of transportation gets created. And so the Cleargistix process is very simple, very easy. We collect the information in the field. There's no reason to fill out separate tickets. There's no reason to fill out a separate payroll ticket and a field ticket. Both of the information can be captured at once. After the information is digitally captured in the field, we utilize our step system to route that ticket around for reviews and then reviews internally and then approvals externally. Very importantly, during this entire time, the information from that ticket is visible. It's visible to the folks in the office that want to do management reporting. One of the big questions is a lot of service companies, because they're using the paper, figuring out what revenue was yesterday is often a challenge. And that challenge is overcome by using Cleargistix. We automatically can create payroll information from service or field ticket information. A lot of field personnel in the oil field are paid on ticket time. If there's 10 hours on the ticket, that's 10 hours of payroll for everybody on the crew. We can automatically take that same information and create billing information, and then also create payroll information. And then we interface that information into the customer's backend systems, whether that's for invoicing or payroll. So the benefits, again, we get rid of the paper, spreadsheets and forms. A typical 5-part service ticket form can be anywhere from 50 cents to $1 just for the pieces of paper to be printed. Very expensive. We create definable workflows so that you know and can manage to those workflows, because we know where everything is in the process of those workflows, and we can manage to it. So all your information's in one place. You don't have to go hunting around. You don't have to go pecking around. You don't have to make lots of phone calls, send lots of text messages, send lots of emails. All of it's in one place. All of it's in Cleargistix. We can improve cash cycles. So, and we can do that by helping those companies get information into those back-end electronic invoicing systems a lot faster. So we're not waiting on someone to grab the tickets, the pusher to grab the tickets, and then to go try to find the company man somewhere out in the field. All of that can be handled digitally. And we reduce revenue leakage. So you know where everything is, you know that all of the information's been captured. So by creating an expectation of information, we know, hey, a ticket for this job wasn't completed yesterday, and then we can go figure out why not the day after instead of waiting for days and or weeks in certain circumstances. Because we integrate the information we capture and place it into the ERP system or the payroll system, no rekey punching, no creating lots of spreadsheets. So all your processes are smoother and more defined. We have an alerts and notifications system built into Cleargistix, so we can send people emails, text messages based upon any data condition inside the system, including sending dispatch emails or text messages or other things such as that. And as a result of doing all of these things, a significant reduction in errors. You know, one of the big errors on tickets is what's the correct location. You know, if it's Johnson Ranch 1602 as opposed to Johnson Ranch 1602-2A, if you put the wrong thing on the ticket, the wrong thing in your invoice, the operator can easily reject that, saying, hey, we don't know this location. We help the companies pick from the actual locations that are on file with the state of Texas or the state of Louisiana or wherever else. We download all those locations so your men out in the field aren't just scribbling something, they're picking from an actual list that is the official regulatory list. So our approach to the market is really about focusing on industry verticals that are relying on paper to collect information in the field. We have a middle market emphasis, but we're not exclusively middle market. We have some much larger customers. But what we've found is the middle market companies have a lot of the same workflows and also a lot of the same issues processing business transactions. We as a company believe very strongly in our strategic partnership program. We get many, many referrals from our partners. We also give many referrals to our partners. And now we, of course, have our extra hand sales referral program that we are launching today with this webinar. Generally, the people that we want to talk to at our prospective customers are CFO, controller, COO, director of operations types. Again, these are the people that are really dealing with the problems that are caused by using paper to document activities in the field. We initially focus on 3 different verticals, oil field, construction, and then tug and tow. All 3 of these verticals have about the same business process, and that is we're sending a piece of equipment and some people out into the field to do some work. And they have a requirement for gathering information and capturing information as a result of doing that work. So a transaction from a oilfield services company doing workover, it looks very similar. The information's different, of course, but the transaction and the process look very similar to a tugboat company that is doing ship assist work on the Mississippi River. So again, that middle market emphasis, those middle market companies have a high reliance on paper. They generally can't afford to build systems themselves, usually no internal IT resources. They generally have the same back-end systems. We run into QuickBooks, Sage, Xero, Dynamics, and NetSuite. over and over and over again. And again, same issues because of using paper to document transactions in the field. And our system is not exclusively in the middle market. We have some much larger companies. And the reason that we are winning with these larger companies is that our focus on really being light, fast, quick, and easy is really winning the day. So our solution, again, very flexible, very configurable, and very, very importantly, very field usable. And that becomes obvious to prospective customers. So our business model, we have a standard SaaS business model where there's some upfront training and implementation costs. And then, our system is and some ongoing monthly SaaS recurring revenue. We have built a lot of self-service capabilities into the system. So someone can go do lots of things themselves. We will, during the implementation process, train our customers to do everything that we're doing and show them what we're doing and how we're doing it so they can go manage and administer the system themselves. So as I mentioned earlier, we've got have gotten a lot of really, really, really nice compliments from our customers. The comment that I like is kind of in the middle top where, we had a supervisor for an oilfield services company, as a result of seeing the system in, being used by her field technicians, said, well, gee whiz, that wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. We get that comment a lot. And a lot of that is based upon our focus and how we approach the market. But we love getting comments on, gee whiz, that was pretty easy to use. Customers will ask us, so how many days do you need for training? And we'll tell them, we need an hour or two, because generally in an hour or two, we can fully train those field personnel to be utilizing the system. From an operating requirements perspective, generally an internet connected laptop or tablet, but the system can also work when we don't have the internet, which will queue up the information on the device and then we'll sync it with our cloud infrastructure. So we are cloud delivered. We actually run through a browser. We use Amazon Web Services to host our cloud environment. We much prefer Chrome, which is our browser of choice. And the system has the same look and feel if you are in the field versus if you are in the office. Now, everything in the system is very permission-based, so you can determine what things the field personnel can see, what people, the office personnel can see, what field, what things your supervisors and executives can see. Everything can be very tightly controlled and tightly tied down. And we are only asking the field personnel to do what they've been doing, which is document activities in the field. So we're not asking them to do anything else. What we're asking them to do is we're asking them to do it in a little bit different format. So from an ideal situation perspective, our ideal situation is companies that are deploying crews and or equipment into the field. They're using paper and or spreadsheets to document their field activities and collect information in the field. I generally ask 2 qualifying questions. So it's pretty easy to qualify a prospect. Question number 1 is, do they send people out into the field to do work? If the answer to that's yes, question number 2 is, are they using paper or spreadsheets to document what they're doing? If we get 2 yes answers, that's somebody that we want to talk to. So if you have a referral, what can you do? So we have a website and a web form set up to take referrals. It's at cleargistix.com. And again, you can, on the main page, if you don't, all you gotta do is go to cleargistix.com and click in that yellow box at the top right that says extra hand, submit referral. We're just asking for some very, very simple information. I'm actually going to pull up the website in a second and kind of walk you through one. So let me show you how easy it is. So I am going to pull up our website. Drag it over here. All right. Fantastic. So this is our website, and we've got kind of a little letter, a little explanation of the program. At the bottom of that, there is a Submit a Referral Now button. So all you need to do is click on that Submit a Referral Now, and you are brought to the referral form. Now, again, I appreciate everyone attending the webinar this morning. We're going to continue to hold webinars, and actually we're recording this webinar, and we're going to put it on the web so people can play it back. But if you want to attend a live webinar or know of other folks, we have this webinar pop up many places on our system, and all you got to do is click to sign up. But the information that we need, first of all, we need some information about you, name, first name, last name, email address, phone number, company name, if applicable, and if you want to put it. But you know, the required information or name, first name, last name, and email address, so we can contact you if we close a deal and we can make sure we get you paid. And then we need some very basic information about the customer that you are referring to us. Their company name, website, contact name, contact title, email, and phone number. If there's any other information that we should know, you can put it in the little box there. You got to go through the typical I am not a robot from a reCAPTCHA. But after you do that, you click Submit Referral, and the referral goes straight to Cleargistix. So I know one of the questions has been, you know, how do you know, how do you know how do you know it was me? And so what we do is actually, when you fill out this web form, the referral that you make goes directly into our CRM solution, and it is tagged with your information. So forever and ever, we will know that you submitted that particular referral to us. So let me go through and pull back my slide deck up. There we go. And let's see. Let's go and walk through some resources that are available. So again, Cleargistix.com is a great resource. We've got a lot of information on our website, some videos. We have created, actually it's the document that's up here called the Quick Sales Reference Guide. We call it our cheat sheet. If you would like a copy of this, you can fill out the contact form on our website, and just put cheat sheet in the message, and we will get you I'll email you out a cheat sheet. One of the very powerful pieces of information that we have that you may want to read is we recently completed a case study with Bureau Veritas, which is one of our larger customers. And it walks through our implementation, the decision process they made, why they chose Cleargistix, and the results that they've seen as a result of using Cleargistix. So very, very good information. So if you have any other questions, you can contact us at sales@Cleargistix.com. We'll answer emails as we get them. Let's see. And so some answers. So one of the questions that we got, which is, what if more than one person submits the same referral? A great question. As I mentioned, the information from the referral form goes directly into our CRM. So we know not only who submitted it, we know exactly when it was submitted. So this is going to be very much a first come, first served type of environment. So, and again, you'll get an email from us letting you know, hey, we got your referral, and oh, someone already had that, or hey, we got your referral, we've accepted it. As soon as we get something closed here, we look forward to getting you a check. Another question I got is this a one-time commission? So the commission will get paid out over the length of the first year of our agreement with them. So as I mentioned, we have some upfront training implementation costs, and we have some ongoing monthly SaaS revenues. So there'll be a upfront component to the extra hand payouts, and there'll be kind of an ongoing, kind of a little bit of an annuity type of payout to those as well. One of the questions is, it sounds like there are significant efficiency gains and cost savings using Cleargistix. What do you consider that the main value proposition? Well, that's pretty easy. So ditching the paper unleashes and increases the efficiency of operations, significantly reduces the cost of processing transactions. It gets companies paid faster because it gets invoices sent to their customers much, much, much faster. So in our Bureau Veritas case study, one of the things you'll see is they were able to reduce the number of personnel processing tickets in their office by 50%. So a significant cost savings there, not having to deal with paper. In addition, we got a text message a couple of weeks ago from one of our customers who, due to COVID-19, was forced to work from home. And the text message said, we greatly appreciate your system because I actually can work from home now because everything's digital and everything's online. And oh, by the way, since we're cloud-based, it's accessible wherever you are. So it's accessible not only at your office, but at home or wherever else. And so this person didn't need to be in the office where her stacks and stacks and stacks of tickets were, because she had no more stacks and stacks of tickets. All the tickets were inside of Cleargistix. So very, very, very important. So one of the other questions that I got is, can we get a copy of this presentation, please? So I am recording the webinar, and I will, the webinar will be posted. So if you want to go back and review, you can absolutely do that. So that is the answer to that question. So it is, I said it'd be about a half hour. It's a 9:28 here Central Time. And I greatly, greatly appreciate your time. As I said at the beginning, we're at Cleargistix, we're trying to figure out how we can help. This is one of the ways that we figured out. We may figure out some other ones in addition. But we're not only looking to gain some referrals, looking to hopefully pay some commissions. We're also looking to gain some friends. So get those referrals coming in. There might be some surprise prizes that are sent out as a result of sending in referrals. More on that later as well. But get those referrals in, and again, trying to build up a community, trying to build up some friends out there. So with that, it is 9:30. Thank you very much for attending the Cleargistix Extra Hand Sales Referral Program webinar. Good luck and be well. Thank you very much.